Hi, it's Linda with No Frills ASMR. So I noticed people doing lists of the best shows or movies or podcasts or whatever for the year. And I was sitting there thinking, like, what have I even watched this year as far as TV shows? And I thought, oh, I'll have to look it up. But I figured we'll just do that together. And I'm probably not going to make a list of the best because who knows? I already started looking. I wasn't. Let's put in 2024 TV shows. Okay, let's see here. What have I watched? Skeleton Crew? No. Landman. That's the one with what's his name? Yeah, has Demi Moore. It's like, here's what is killing me about this one. It's got Billy Bob Thornton, Demi Moore. Why am I blanking his name from Mad Men? I love him. What's his name? Anyway, whatever. But it's like, I like everything. Look how beautiful she looks. But the idea of these people like in Texas with the oil, I feel like it's Dallas or something. I don't know. Black Doves, I haven't watched. Okay, Man on the Inside. This one's on Netflix, and I love him. Ted Danson. And let's see, do they give you like a little what it's about? A retired professor gets a new lease on life when a private investigator hires him to go undercover inside a San Francisco retirement home. Sometimes I like a little show like this just to kind of lighten the mood if I watch something kind of dark earlier. And I think we watched maybe 4 episodes, and there was something about the writing of it that, and it's by, I think, Michael Schur, who does a lot of good stuff, but it didn't jive with me. I don't know. High Potential. This was kind of fun. I think I watched 2 episodes. I didn't stick with it. It's on Hulu. Morgan, a single mom with 3 kids and an exceptional mind, helps solve an unsolvable crime when she rearranges some evidence during her shift as a cleaner for the police department. When they discover she has a knack for putting things in order because of her higher intellectual potential, she is brought on as a consultant to work with a by-the-book seasoned detective, Karadek. Together, they form an unusual and unstoppable team. Yeah, it was kind of cute. It has Judy Reyes, I like her, and Caitlin Olsen, I think, is hilarious. It was okay. I only think I watched maybe 2 episodes. I've heard this franchise is really good, but I have yet. What is this on? Max. All right, I'm gonna have to watch. I think if anyone's watched franchise, let me know. I saw on somebody's. Don't start. Oh no. Somebody's best of list. They had that as their number 1 best. So excuse me. That was me swallowing really hard. Sorry. I'm gonna have to watch that. I don't know. Say Nothing. This looks interesting. Haven't watched it, but looks interesting. Okay, this might be one of my. I love this guy. He's hilarious. What is his name again? Brian Jordan Alvarez and Stephanie Koenig. Oh my gosh, you guys. English teacher. It's on. What? Whoops. It's on Hulu. Let's see what their description is. I love this show. Evan Marquez is an English teacher in Austin, Texas, who often finds himself at the intersection of the personal, professional, and political aspects of working at a high school. Yeah, it's really, really cute. And this Brian Jordan Alvarez, he has a YouTube channel that I'm sort of obsessed with. He just will like dance to songs, or he has a whole bunch of like, they're from like 12 years ago, but shorts that him and Stephanie did, and they're hilarious. He's real funny. So yeah, I recommend this. It's just fun. It's just fun. It's like 28 minutes of well written fun. What else here? I haven't watched any of those. Didn't watch The Penguin. I've heard good things, but and I love what's that actor's name? Colin Farrell. Oh my gosh. I forgot it was him. I love him. We're the lucky ones. Did I watch this? Wait, I think I watched this. Yeah, hold on. A Jewish family separated at the start of World War II is determined to survive and reunite. Yeah, I watched this. Here was the problem I had with this one, I think. Is this the one? Wait. Gosh, I'm not sure. What rating did this get? Let's see, where's reviews? Now I'm not sure if it's this one or there was one called A Small Light. What is this one? Okay, no, this one's really good. The inspiring real life story of Meep Geis, is that your surname? Meep Geis, who played a critical role in hiding Anne Frank and her family during the Nazi occupation in Amsterdam. I really enjoyed this. This may have been 2 years ago. Look, 100% Rotten Tomato. This you can watch on, well, Amazon Prime, maybe? It looks like. I don't know. I thought I watched it on Hulu. Oh, yeah, Hulu or Disney Plus. A Small Light. That's a good one. I think it's good for like a family too. You know, it's like, it's kind of scary about the Holocaust, but for younger kids, it's more of an inspirational story of her, you know, helping them and everything. I don't mean really young kids, but you know, it's good. Now, I feel like this other one that we were looking at, we're the lucky ones. If this is the one I'm thinking of, there's like a jewel they're trying to get. Is that this show? And it goes a little bit like sort of mystical, and it's not a true story. And I just feel like there's so many really good true stories from the Holocaust. And I don't mean good. I mean like, there are already so many stories out there that are worth telling that we don't need to make up stories. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's a fictional one. If that's what I'm thinking of, I didn't really like it all that much, to be honest. All right, what else do we have? I heard the Sticky. I heard that's not very good. That it's not very well written. I didn't watch this Golden Bachelorette, but I did watch a show on Netflix called Later Daters, which is a reality dating show. But what was kind of fun about it, it's these older people, you know, like 60 and up, I would guess. And they go on dates and they meet with her. Now, I don't know who she is, but she gives them advice on how to date. And she's pretty good, but I don't really know. She was some like CEO of a company, but I don't know what she knows about dating. But anyway, but like they have these different people. Like this woman, she is a, you know, what is it, Georgia Bulldogs fan. And her red flag for any guy is if he's not also a fan of that football team. Like, okay. But, and like this woman right here, she's awesome. She looks like she's 40. She has a daughter who's also really great. They're just great. And they look like the same age, but I think she's like 60 something. And she meets with this one guy who's, I can't even, you have to watch it. Anyway, it's a fun, like, to decompress after watching something more dark. Like, we watched the show, oh shoot, True Detective season 4, I think is Dark Night Country. Whew, boy. it it's sort of a complicated story. I loved season 1 of True Detective. I started season 2. I think I watched like 2 episodes and kind of fell off. So I hadn't come back into it until this season because Jodie Foster's in it, and I really like Jodie Foster. But it was dark and kind of complicated. And after you finished watching, they're like hour-long episodes. I don't know how highly I recommend it. It depends on how much you like. Like, the whole show is during the dark time in Alaska, so it's 24 hours of darkness. So it's like not just the content's dark, the actual production is dark, So I don't know. But after watching that, you want to go watch like Later Daters or I'll tell you the other show I watched to like chill out after watching something more serious. It's this show. It's called The Floor. And of course, ageless hottie Rob Lowe is the host. I guess he's aged a little, but he looks pretty good. Contestants must stand their ground on a massive interactive LED game floor of squares, each representing a different trivia category. Yeah. The first challenger, selected at random, must choose one of his or her neighboring opponents to go head-to-head in an epic quiz duel in the opponent's category. The winner takes over the loser's square, gaining valuable ground as they expand their territory, while the loser exits the game. Yeah, okay. So basically, it's kind of fun because they have a screen come up and it'll be like kitchen tools or whatever, and I'll just show a picture of a measuring cup and then like measuring, spoons, like teaspoon, whatever, and it just flashes these and the people have to guess them. Well, you're guessing along with them, and it seems super easy, and then all of a sudden something comes up that you're like, wait, what is that? What is that one? So it's all kind of fun, and it's really good. Like, if you had a family, like if I still had young kids, I would definitely, that would be something you could watch with a whole family and everybody could play along. The other one I watch after, a darker thing is House Hunters International. I always end up going back to that just because I like to see where they go. And then lately I've been watching, because I never watched it when it was brand new, but this TV show, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, it's been like if I feel a little stressed out by the day or whatever, they're like great because they're only 28 minutes and they're just fun. And in the first episode, you find out she was held in a bunker by this like crazy guy who also is played by oh my gosh, what's his name? The guy from Mad Men again. Anyway, I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. I'm a big fan of his. I can't think of his name. We're gonna get it right now. Carol Kane's in it. Jane Krakowski, Titus Burgess. He's hilarious. That's so funny. They're not even showing the guy I want. But anyway, whatever. It's cute. It's just cute. Cute and fun. I know the show I watched sort of earlier this year is Shogun. This is on Hulu or FX. And when I was young in the 70s, I read the book Shogun, and I saw the original. They did like a mini series of Shogun back in the probably late 70s. And this show is good. Now, the crazy part is I still have 2 episodes left, and I started it like back when it first came out. But I had to go down to Tennessee because of stuff going on. And you know how like you stop watching and then you're like, oh, I have to go watch those. And for some reason I have not gone back and watched, even though I love it. I love it. So I haven't seen the last 2 episodes. Set in Japan in the year 1600, Lord Yoshi Toranaga is fighting for his life as his enemies of the Council of Regents unite against him when a mysterious European ship is found marooned in a nearby fishing village. Yeah, it's good. And this guy's good too. He plays like the, white guy who shows up. But they're all good. Wait a minute. I think she's in some other show I've been watching. I can't think of what it is. Anyway, yeah, it's a good one. What does it have? 99% on Rotten Tomato. I think it deserves that. And then just recently I've been watching the new Squid Game season 2. Now, I really got a kick out of season 1 of Squid Game. I loved it. If you haven't watched it, it's from Korea, South Korea. It says here let's look. Okay, hold on. Let's go to the first season. The first season of the South Korean dystopian survival thriller horror television series. Yeah, I think it's all those things. Squid Game was created for television by Korean writer and television producer Hwang Dong-hyuk, produced by Netflix. So it is in Korean language, so you can either watch it with subtitles like my kids do, or my husband and I put on the overdub. And the first season overdub was so-so. But I think because the first season was so popular, this season they have really good actors doing the overdub to the point where sometimes I don't even think about it at all. They are good because a lot of times overdub they have like not great actors who just but this season it's good. But anyway, I'm on episode, I think there's only like 7 episodes. I think I'm on episode 5 already. And the new season is just as good as the first season. It is really good so far. Like, I honestly cannot wait to eat dinner, put on my jammies, and go watch a new episode tonight. So if you're into dystopian horror, and I'm not gonna lie, there's blood. Like, there will be blood. So, yeah. The funny thing is, my one son who does the Pokemon cards and everything, he's really into anime and like anything like Japanese or Korean or Chinese. Like, he's into that stuff. But he refuses to watch Squid Game. I don't know why. I'm like, go watch it. You're gonna like it. He's like, I'm not interested. I'm like, whatever. Basically, it's like a show where they show up and have to compete. They're all desperate people, and they compete for a prize, a money prize. And the games are all like kids' games, and it seems pretty simple, but it's much more complicated. And then there was also a Squid Game reality show that came out that we watched, and we actually had a whole lot of fun with that too. I'm sure it probably didn't get good reviews. Let's see. 100%? Okay. We had fun with it. We really liked watching it. Oh yeah, I remember these people, this mom and son team. Yeah. It was good. That was sort of, more fun than the show. The show's kind of... Oh, the other night, I'm just going to start telling you about things I've watched. I'm not trying to rate anything, actually. But I just watched this the other night. Your friend, Nate Bargatze. So Nate Bargatze, am I saying that right? Bargatze. is a stand-up comedian, and he's just funny. Just funny. Just like, I don't even know why he's so funny. I'm not sure what he's doing. Like, I don't know enough about stand-up comedy to be able to say what it is, because he's just talking about regular stuff, but I laugh out loud, like literally, like guffaw laugh. And he did an episode of Saturday Night Live, I think during the past year. And if you don't want to watch the whole episode, just look up Nate Bargatze on Saturday Night Live. And he does this thing where he is like, I don't remember if he's George Washington or one of the founding fathers. What, I don't remember. They're on a ship. They're on a boat. It's so funny. It's so funny. But this stand-up special, I think I've watched all of his stand-up, but this one just came out. It's on Netflix. And look, if you just read this, Nate Bargatze tackles pizza ordering strategies for guys' night, wanting a second dog, and relying on his responsible wife. That doesn't sound all that great, but I'm telling you, it's funny. You will laugh. And he's like non-political or anything on his show, so you could watch it with your extended family if there's, it's just funny. It's just funny. I'm trying to think what other. Well, I watched like movies. I haven't started really watching movies for awards season yet. I think the only thing I watched so far that might end up in the awards season is Conclave, which sounds like it would be boring. Like if you just told me, Linda, go watch this movie about popes, about picking a new pope, I'd be like, no thanks. But it was fun. Cardinal Lawrence is tasked with one of the world's most secretive and ancient events, participating in the selection of a new pope. Surrounded by powerful religious leaders in the halls of the Vatican, he soon uncovers a trail of deep secrets that could shake the very foundation of the Roman Catholic Church. I don't know all about all that, but it's kind of fun. It's Ralph Fiennes, who's awesome, and Stanley Tucci, who's really good. I have heard that Isabella Rossellini might be nominated. I mean, she's great. I love her always, but she has like one monologue the whole thing. And John Lithgow. Yeah. It's more of a like gossipy, political, kind of a political thriller a little bit, because there are different factions who are trying to do different things, and they're kind of, it's almost like, I heard somebody say it's like the West Wing with popes. Maybe kind of like that. It's kind of that sort of 90s political thriller vibe to it. I don't know. The other one I watched that I think maybe for director, it's directed by Clint Eastwood, this Juror Number 2. And I know that, I think people might want him to win for Best Director because of his age and everything. And it was fun. It was fun. It wasn't like a great movie, but it was a fun movie. Ooh, this makes me think of a TV show I'll tell you about, but okay. A juror for a high-profile murder trial finds himself struggling with serious moral dilemma that could influence the verdict and potentially convict or free the accused killer. You know what? Actually, it's really good. Now I remember it more. It's just fun. It's not like Best Picture or anything. It's on Max, yeah. I paid for it because when I asked my TV about it, it said I had to pay for it. And then I saw it on Max and I was like, TV? What? Why didn't you tell me I could watch it for free? Yeah, there's Clint Eastwood directing it. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't. But I would, recommend. I recommend that. But that makes me think of a TV show that I watched that was actually pretty good. And that is, I thought it was good. It is also based on a 90s, you know, what do you call it? Suspense, crime suspense movie. This movie with Harrison Ford, which I also liked. I don't know if I'd still like it. I don't know if it holds up, but it is a series. It's on Apple with Jake Gyllenhaal. Let's see what they say here. Only 87. I mean, that's still good, but I thought it was fun. We enjoyed it. A horrific murder upends the Chicago prosecuting attorney's office when one of its own is suspected of the crime, leaving the accused fighting to keep his family together. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, Jake Gyllenhaal's character is having an affair with this woman. And this isn't giving much away because I think it happens in the first 5 minutes. But she gets murdered. And after that, and this guy, who's another prosecuting attorney in the office, had kind of a crush on her. And Jake Gyllenhaal is also an attorney in the office. Like, they all work together, and they find her murdered. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, yeah, there are a few problems with it, but overall, it's good. I'm trying to think. I know the other show that I've watched is Love is Blind. This is another one, like, when you just don't want to think. I've watched every season of this, and there was a new season this year of Love is Blind. Plus, I watched all the countries, I think. But the interesting one was this. Love is Blind, how do you say that? Habibi? So, celebrity couple Khalid Sakwar, I don't know, and Ilham Ali host a social experiment where Arab singles connect and commit to marriage before meeting face to face. Yeah, this one was interesting. I love them. They're so great. Because, like, there were women who were like, a man must take care of me, and then it was just, I found it interesting to watch. They're the celebrity couple. Yeah, I recommend that if you're I like watching the Love is Blinds that are from other countries, because you learn about the like culture, the traditions. Like this Love is Blind Japan, I watched a few years back. It was so interesting how different, because there's like a Love is Blind Brazil, and they're like all over each other, like crazy. And then Japan, they like bow and like don't touch each other. It was interesting. There was one guy in this Japan who bugged me because he was a stand-up comedian, and first you meet through a wall before you actually see each other in person. And he was so funny and charming, and then the minute they were outside, he treated her completely different. And every time he was around like the other men, he was funny and fun. But when he was, I don't know, it was weird. It was weird. Okay, anyway, enough about Love is Blind. The other day we watched a movie called Speak No Evil. Have you guys seen this movie? Now, I know, after looking it up after I watched it, but this is a remake of like a Danish movie or something. I think it was Danish. That came out just like 2 years ago. I have not seen that movie. I don't have anything to compare it to. But I thought this was fun. Like, it's a horror movie. I'll warn you. It has James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis. I don't know these people, but it's fun. It's like this two couples, and they're both vacationing in Italy, and they meet, and they're just like hitting it off and having so much fun. And the one couple's like a little more, willing to do anything, whatever fun stuff. And And so then after they get back, they invite them to come. The more kind of exciting couple invites the other couple to come stay with them for a week. And they do. And it's sort of, first of all, the acting's great. It is shot beautifully. It's like, I want to go to this place in Italy and sit on this terrace and drink wine and talk with a couple, like I will do this. But then it's also that like overstaying your welcome. You know how when you go to somebody's house and there are people you don't know that well, whatever, and you stay there for a while, and then after like 2 days you realize things are weird, and how rude are you going to be and just go, pack up, I gotta go, and it's kind of about that, like how long do you keep just being like, okay, I'm going to be polite because I'm the guest. It was fun. I liked that movie. I had fun with that. We watched, I was going to do a video around Halloween about horror movies, because I was going to try to watch all these horror movies, and I don't think I ever did that video, and I don't think I ever watched all horror movies. But I did watch this Salem's Lot on HBO Max, based on the Stephen King, Salem's Lot book. And here's the deal. I think it's getting bad reviews. Let's look at the reviews. 45%. I'll say this. Yeah, it's not like the greatest, movie of all time, but it is a very okay vampire movie. And like, if somebody hasn't seen 100 different vampire movies, I think you're going to enjoy it. I mean, I thought it was fun. It wasn't bad. It was just, if you've watched like vampire movies and The Walking Dead and all that, you've seen like all this stuff before, but it was still fun. I wouldn't give it 45%. Like, that seems low. I thought it was okay. This movie we watched around Halloween called Red Rooms. 96%. Okay. Listen to this. Kelly Ann is obsessed with the high-profile case of a serial killer, and reality blurs with her morbid fantasies. She goes down a dark path to get the missing video of the murder of a young girl to whom Kelly Ann bears a disturbing resemblance. I liked this movie. It's, where is it from? I don't remember. Is it French?